007!
Guys,
I really hope you can hear us right now.
we're sailing at like nearly 10 knots, or we were a second ago. We're on board a 72-foot Spirit yacht. It is such an honor to get to come aboard one of these.
It's $4.6 million worth of boat.
You might actually...
We're very, very lucky to be on board. Honestly, I feel a little bit out of place.
You might actually recognize this vessel. They've filmed 2 James Bond films on these bad boys for good reason. They are stunning. If you guys have missed what's been going on lately, we're on a world tour. This is boat 5 of 6.
Don't film down here.
I'll pop the other videos in the description below if you missed it. And join us. Let's go check out the factory and see how these boats sail. Are you ready?
Yeah, you should have filmed me washing my armpits because we don't have enough time to shower properly. Once through the valley, follow the marina road, passing the fair.
Hey!
Hey, morning!
Hello, morning. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
We're getting it ready, yeah.
You hardly have to be sorry about the weather. Thank you. I see some ocean vault stuff behind me here.
So we woke up in the little town of Ipswich this morning. I took the kids to the arcade in the pouring rain, but the sky's cleared up now and we've just arrived to the Spirit Yachts factory. And the smell of the wood shavings.
It's beautiful, hey?
I'm already happy just like being around these natural materials. It really smells like earth. It's so nice.
Yeah.
So we're off to a good start. We're about to do a tour of the factory and then go and check out the boat. We had to leave the kids at home because this is not really an environment for Darwin.
Before we show you each area of the factory and we find out how Spirit Yachts managed to pull together masterpiece after masterpiece, let me tell you why we absolutely had to add Spirit Yachts onto our list of most unique vessels in the world. So, Sean McMillan and Mick Newman, that's a bit of a tongue twister, founded Spirit Yachts in 1993 with a mission of designing stunning boats that perform seamlessly out on the water. Spirit Yachts came to life at their home base in Ipswich, Suffolk, where they build all of their custom yachts in-house with a focus on a collaborative design process with the owner.
So in here we've got, so these guys over here are electricians and our engineers. You've got James around the corner here. So James is in charge of all
Hey, James.
Hi. So we've got Tom here, who's in charge of our, well, all the design work really. And then Ruben is not here, naval architect Victoria, and Alan at the end, our naval architecture team.
Tom makes them look beautiful, I make them work.
Yeah, okay.
So Tom is really passionate about interior design, and he's been putting together loads of new mood board stuff so that when the client comes in, they can,
This is such a
and they
nice
can
mood
kind of
board.
mix, they
I
can
love
mix
this
and
mood
match.
Oh, you can move them around.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, if I like that palette.
Well done, mate. Thank you very
I
much.
love this mood board.
So this is like, yeah, when it's obviously all totally custom, so
Yeah.
they would look through this and pick out what they like.
So nice. Okay, so where are we now?
We've stepped out of the design office and we're here on the mezzanine level now where we're doing the component parts and a lot of woodworking.
Like, look at the top here. Look at this masterpiece. Can you see this?
The exciting thing at the back here is that this goes down, which is a really great design because there's no sugar scoops here, so it brings people closer to the water.
Yeah, exactly.
So the problem with building it.
Well, the difficulty with building it is you've got to cut it out in one piece. And what we basically did was we routed out a 3mm slot so we don't break the grain, and then we circular saw through that slot with I think it's like a 1.6mm circular saw blade on a track saw, but it's all upside down, and you've got one shot, one hit to get it right, you know. So, and it's good, you know.
So you're taking to
really
the back of this fantastic boat with a circular saw, and you've got one shot to get it right.
In a very controlled and professional manner, yeah. That's exactly what we're doing. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't imagine.
I mean, we'll do practice runs as well, you know. If we're going to do anything like this, we'll set something up and say, is this actually going to work? Can we do this? And then, yeah, it's good. It works out. It worked out perfectly. All these sort of standard layouts, they kind of change a little bit.
It really felt like we'd just stepped into an artist's workspace. It became very clear that Spirit Yachts has a passion for creating classic sailboats whilst still championing sustainable practices. Their timber is sourced from responsibly managed forests, which helps drive down the carbon footprint of each project. Also, you may have noticed their unique logo, that of a distiller's flask. Funnily, due to the fact that the first Spirit Yacht was made in around 5 months flat and named after the sheer amount of whiskey, founder Sean felt had to be drunk to get the job done.
What are you making today, Carl?
It's a box for the 7202 going forward cabin.
The team makes more than just the base of the boats. They make the decorations and custom extras upon request, which just adds this whole other layer of class to their interiors. What was once a disused cowshed in rural Suffolk has evolved into a waterside facility launching world-class super yachts. Every corner of this workspace was just so beautifully thought out. And did I mention how delicious this place smells? It feels odd to use the word serene in an industrial environment, but it really was the best way to describe this space.
So this is our ring frame table, so this is literally where the build of a Spirit begins. So the design team run off the drawings, and then the build team would get the laminate timbers together, glue them together, clamp them in place, then they would go off, and then once the glue has gone off, that is your complete ring frame, which then goes into a strong back, which is the beginning of the Spirit Yacht.
Amazing. So we just headed back to our hotel room. The jet lag is kind of winning right now. We just needed some time to chill out and watch a movie. Or Riley's watching a movie. I'm uploading some footage from the factory today. But I thought this would be a great opportunity to thank today's sponsor, which we're so excited about. It's Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN. For those of you who don't know what VPN stands for, it's Virtual Private Network. A VPN keeps everything you do online safe and private. It covers you up kind of. It's like wearing a mask, and the coolest part about a VPN is that it gives you the ability to travel the entire world virtually just with the tap of a finger. It's so useful for entertainment purposes, finding super cheap travel deals because of this wild thing called geographical discrimination, and of course safety. So right now Riley's finishing watching a film we started watching in the USA. It's not available here in the UK, but by switching our location he's now able to finish it.
Now, what is the name of the girl?
Also, fun fact, the Canadian Netflix has the biggest movie catalogue, so go and check that out. So Surfshark VPN is always running seamlessly in the background of all of our devices. I'm always using it, especially when I upload footage, as it provides that great online security and privacy. We have the ability to send and receive files securely, as the VPN keeps our location and download history private by encrypting all internet traffic. We've actually just added another Surfshark product to our subscription, which is Surfshark Alert. Among other things, it allows me to get real-time breach alerts, which puts my mind at ease given how busy we are at the moment. So right now, if you guys sign up using our code VAGABOND, you can get a discount plus 3 extra months for free. And to top it off, it's actually risk-free because these guys offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. So take advantage, guys. If you're interested, I'll put the link in the description box below. All right, let's go tour this 72-foot Spirit Yacht. What do you reckon?
This is insane. This is ridiculous. I can't believe they're letting us on here. They just do such lovely work everywhere, don't they? Imagine if you own this. Oh my God.
Oh man.
This is ridiculous.
I wouldn't even know what to do with this. Like,
entertain a whole bunch of people.
Entertain? I think I'd want like a whole bunch of crew on board. Like I'd want to fill it up because it just needs to be enjoyed.
Yeah, exactly. You could bring a whole bunch of people out and show them the experience
best time
of cruising.
going on a little expedition and just bloody hell. living it up.
One thing that I really wanted to do in this video was try and convince people that were previously going to buy a powerboat super yacht
Big, white, heavy.
Yeah, a McYacht. You know the term McMansion? I'm trying to drag that over into the sailing world. As a connoisseur of ocean-going vessels, I think that I can say objectively that they lack style and class. If you were thinking about one of those boats and I could convince you to get one of these instead, I think that the world would be a better place.
A more beautiful place.
Because money can't buy style.
Should we do the vibe check now?
10.
10. Vibe check 10. And it's a 10 because of the way it makes you feel. I think a lot of people know that nature makes you feel better, and you really are, like, you are touching timber everywhere. There's no coverings of the hull, so like what you see here,
Headliners.
there's no whisper walls or anything like that. These are exposed beams, and you just around wood. Who doesn't love that? It makes you feel right. It feels nice.
These are the hull planks.
Yeah.
So they do that, and because they make it so beautiful and stylish, they can leave these nuts and which is stainless steel on the inside and the mast here, and it adds to the whole effect. They've put a lot of effort into the aesthetics on this boat and have just, I mean, it would be hard to imagine you could nail it more than they have done here. It's really, really
And I guess
classy.
we'll find out about how they sail, right?
It doesn't matter. That's not the thing that you're doing on this boat. You're in a really, really incredibly handcrafted piece of almost art that is also very practical. And I mean, I guess it sails really well compared to other monohulls.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's like a really nice hotel room. I feel like Cara and Nate would really love this boat. This is Cara and Nate style, I reckon. Future boat guys. These are super rare to see on sailboats in general. We actually have one on our trimaran too. It's copper. But I love this. And you got the option for just the handheld shower there. Love that. We've got a little nav station or workstation if you're not lucky enough to not have to work. I love my job, I really do. And this would be a sick place to edit. Hell yeah. Don't know how that works.
It's a voiceover, it's a mic.
It's a microphone.
Welcome
Hi,
back to
guys.
another episode of Sailing the Vagabond.
So Riley and I got a little bit excited and jumped the gun because we came on board and the covers for the couches were still on, and we were super stoked with how it looked
oh, this place is
with the
beautiful.
covers. But there is leather couches and the upholstery in the saloon looks really beautiful too. Ugh, stroke it for me, baby. Rum cabinet, cool.
That's amazing.
Okay, so, well, you look fabulous.
I don't feel like I do, but
You do, you really do. Do you want to see? Okay, so step-by-step process, what happens when a customer comes to you guys?
So briefly, when a client comes to Spirit Yachts, it starts off with an initial chat with the team. We work out where they would want that yacht, who's going to be on board, how they're going to use her. Then from there, it goes into design, and our design team will work with the production team to put together a specification. They will then do a profile drawing and a deck layout and an interior design. From there, we go back and forward a bit with the client, but once they're happy and we've kind of created their dream yacht, it goes into build. And then the brilliant guys and girls on the shop floor start the build process, which begins with ring frames, which are created, they create almost like the skeleton of the yacht. The planking goes down, and then in a very short summary, the yacht is then rolled over, and that's when we start fitting her out and the interior takes shape. From there, the deck, she comes outside, goes on her keel, rig, etc. And she's ready to go.
Wow. So she is brand new. She hasn't completely been finished. So there's some things missing, like doors right now, but I mean, you can hardly tell. It's in pretty good condition.
You would have seen us jumping around on various vessels and skidding across the top of services on that was on Vandal.
Yeah.
I really feel like we need to behave ourselves
Yeah.
on this boat. All of these people in here are very lovely and also very professional.
Proper.
And this is not our boat, so I'm like, oh, this place is quite lovely.
I need one of those
It's
whiskeys.
very nice. It would. I did want to say a Spirit Yacht did a 3,000 nautical mile crossing, and they wrote a blog about it, and they averaged 170 nautical miles a day. It was heavier and it had less waterline length than this one. So I would expect this one to be averaging on, with normal Atlantic conditions, 200 plus miles a day, which is really, really good for a monohull. My intuitions about monohulls aren't, super sharp at the moment, but that sounds good to me, especially if you don't necessarily need to be getting out of the really, really bad weather, because monohulls don't flip, or they do, but then they come back up again.
So this is a 3-cabin, 3-head. I mean, everything could be customized. You could make one of the heads into a bunk bed. That's what I would do, I think. For more guests, you don't need 3 heads. That's ridiculous.
No, but it's the type of boat where, it is, I think guests would appreciate a head. I think it makes sense on this boat.
But
It doesn't make sense on a 40-foot Beneteau.
Yeah, our Beneteau had 2 heads.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Of 43 feet.
This one here, it starts to,
Okay.
it's like an ensuite.
I'd still have bunk beds there instead, I reckon.
Yeah, me too. This is the chain plate that comes down here. You can see they've got carbon reinforcement in this stringer.
Even the fridge is nice. What are these? What is that? What is that? I have no idea what this could be. It's not a bin, it's not a freezer.
Oh, yes, it is.
Is it?
No, this is how you get... Oh, we're not supposed to touch them.
Yeah, don't touch. That was our one rule, babe.
It was a drizzly old day in England, and everyone kept apologising about the weather, as they do, swearing that it hasn't been like this for weeks. Tomorrow was looking better though. It'd be sunshine and sailing for us. I couldn't wait to see how the skipper would get this thing off the dock. Anyway, now let's take a look out on deck.
That is so light. I guess the gears are going to be... Yeah, it's going to be like...
Not rigged up yet.
Master and Commander, so you're like, hard on larboard! I've never... I mean, obviously, people can tell I'm not sailing these boats. Anyway, I guess that doesn't matter. Looks like we've got a bow thruster here. We've got a compass here. Got our B&G equipment. So one thing that I did want to say is that you can single hand this boat, but normally what you'd have is probably a minimum of 4 people for a delivery, which makes me think differently about these systems here, which I'm a little skeptical of. They're a little complicated, but if you've got an engineer or someone that's really good at what they do, that's generally on the boat, then you can get away with things like hydraulics, furling head sails that are operated from buttons up here. For me, on my boat, I want to have it like really simple, but this is it's a completely different thing. I don't know, maybe it's the way of the future. I don't know, I'm still yet to be sold.
Okay, what have you made us here, Julia?
A tortilla.
And we thought it was like tortillas, like tortillas.
It's tortilla.
Eggs and potatoes, you can have
Yeah, that's what I was
Right?
gonna say. Oh yeah, it looks so good.
So we'll go through the lock. There's a lock just around the corner. And then we'll go under. This is a massive bridge called the Orwell Bridge.
We're just waiting for the sailmaker to come aboard and then we're gonna leave. Pretty sad saying goodbye to Darwin this morning. He really didn't want us to go. He's not at the age that he could really enjoy and appreciate this boat, so it's actually better if he stays with Julia and has fun. I think they're going back to the games arcade place today. Anyway, I'm so looking forward to sailing down this river. One of the workers was saying he's like traveled to so many places around the world, and every time he comes back here, this really just feels like home, and it's super beautiful.
To get the boat to go sideways, I had the wheel hard over to starboard, forward gear on that so the stern would go that way, and bow thruster out. So basically just crabs her out sideways there, and then just to give a bit more space, a bit more prop walk to port and bow thrust to port as well.
There's a couple of swans behind me here. We're just waiting for the lock to open. Still kind of think swans are a bit evil. Do you remember when we fed the swans? Where were we? The Guadiana River? Do you remember?
I don't think I punched it.
No.
We just got out the way.
I think he got close.
Step one is to lower the lazy jack. So these are the bits that hold the sail onto the boom when it comes down the mast. Step two is to secure it just inside here. I can't show you because it's covered by the sail, but I hope you get the idea. So chuck it in there, and then the next step would be to hoist the sail up.
So this is the hark and switch track system that we've got on our mast.
Wind it on more.
The wood is so smooth you can really slide on this part. I literally could slide.
You gonna put in a jibe pants?
Maybe.
Can you tell me what's going on?
Well, we're getting the head sail ready to go.
Mains up.
Mains
You're
up.
at the helm.
Yeah, and it feels really smooth and nice. I'd like to feel it like under full power, but right now we're just cruising at 3 knots, so nothing too extreme.
We're only going 3 knots.
Yeah.
That
Does it feel
might
faster?
Be, yeah.
It does a little bit, hey?
On
What are you
here,
controlling there, mate?
all the hydraulics are controlled on here. And also the electric pad eye for the code 0 cell, we can control Vang up and down, the Cunningham, Traveller, outhaul and backstay. Isla's got a birthday party tomorrow afternoon.
9 knots. We are hailing. Oh my god.
Got a knife on you.
I probably need to go with my jacket. These pants aren't slippery enough. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah, how's it sailing? How does it perform?
It's extremely light at the helm.
Yeah.
I'm not used to heeling over. We're doing 8.4. I keep worrying about the depth, but everyone has assured me that we're fine.
And it's mud.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah. It's just mud anyway. We are heeled over.
I'm really not trying to boast here and more just say thank you, so please keep that in mind as I say what I'm about to. A lot of you comment about how we should be so proud of what we've accomplished in the last 9 years that we've been sailing for. And only recently have I personally truly started to feel a little bit proud and realise just how far Riley and I have come as sailors. The miles we've covered, the experiences and opportunities we've had, all whilst running this crazy business and now with the 2 kids. So thank you guys for helping us get here. Your support means the world, and let's see where we go and what we do over the next decade.
A couple of quick things. The sail area to displacement ratio using just the forward triangle area is 21. The forward bulkhead on the yacht is watertight and the aft bulkhead is watertight as well. So that's the thing about monohulls, is they can sink. So it's really good that they've done that. 7 automatic bilge pumps, high capacity bilge pump under the sole in the saloon, and high level float switches, 3 shower drain pumps that also act as bilge switches, and they're all automatic. So they've paid a lot of attention to overcoming that known problem.
A big thank you to Helen and the team at Spirit Yachts for having us. I'll put the link to their website in the description box below.
Okay, bye!
For now, we just landed in the Azores Islands to stay with our friends Tom and Sophia,
No such thing as family holiday.
who you might have seen us go sailing and paragliding with years ago when we sailed here during COVID. Join us next week for the final vessel on our world tour, which I'm still pinching myself over.